One Reaction with Levy, and welcome back to the daily One Reaction here on July 28th. And today, for the next 4 weeks, we're going to be starting a new segment called discussing each team and the three biggest storylines heading into the 2021 NFL season. So this week, we're going to start with the AFC West. So first team, Kansas City Chiefs. Three storylines, here we go. Number one, how does the new O-line? They acquired Orlando Brown, Joe Thuney, Austin Blythe, Kyle Long, and of course they have Mike Remmers coming back. How does this O-line gel together after the disaster this O-line put up in the Super Bowl? That was the key weakness. How do they address that starting in training camp? Can they go 16-0? I mean, it's a crazy question to ask, but Patrick Mahomes has said he wants to do this, and they're favored in every game but one at the Baltimore Ravens in Week 2. So it's going to be interesting to see, can this defense be good enough, and can they go 16-0? And 3, what's the deal with Frank Clark? He had a little mishap in the offseason. If he cannot play, I think the pass rush takes a big hit, so they better figure that out if you are Kansas City. Let's move on to the Vegas Raiders. Number 1, how does a revamped O-line once again? No Rodney Hudson, no Gabe Jackson, no Trent Brown. This offensive line has seriously downgraded. That was one of the strengths. I expect their running game to take a hit. How does this new offensive line, led by new right tackle Alex Leatherwood, first-round pick, how do they come together? Number 2, in addition, this team has missed on a lot of draft picks. Alex Leatherwood will have a lot of pressure to succeed this year. They've missed on a lot. How does this draft class do? Number 3, how does this horrific defense improve? I mean, they were terrible last year. And a bonus one, notice how I didn't include Derek Carr in any of these. That's not a storyline. He's their most consistent guy right now. They have so many problems. John Gruden, for all the talk, for all the money he's gotten, he has significantly downgraded his offensive line, which was a strength. He has no defense, and he is basically just relying on Derek Carr to make all these great plays, and then he's going to blame it on him and go get Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers wouldn't do a lot with this roster either. So it doesn't make any sense what the Vegas Raiders are doing. They better figure it out fast. Chargers. Can Herbert repeat and excel expectations, become that elite QB for the Los Angeles Chargers this year? Number 2, how does Brandon Staley, new head coach from LA, the defensive coordinator, handle his new culture? Anthony Lynn last year lost a lot of close games. A lot. So Brandon Staley's going to have to bring in a winning culture this year, which is going to be very interesting to figure out. Number 3, can this new O-line stay healthy and protect their franchise QB? They've gotten hurt, I feel like, every year. Can they stick together, stay healthy, and protect Justin Herbert? Number 4, Denver Broncos. This is probably one of the biggest storylines in the national NFL level. Who wins this quarterback competition? Drew Lock, the guy they drafted in the second round 2 years ago, struggled last year, one of the worst quarterbacks, or Teddy Bridgewater, played for Carolina last year, not so great. Teddy's probably more consistent. Locke has more talent. Who wins? I expect Locke to win early, and then Bridgewater to come in once Locke struggles. Number 2, how does this defense do? They got Von Miller, Nick Chubb coming back. I expect their secondary to be very good. I mean, they have a lot of talent across this defense. How do they hold up, and can they sustain what they did with Peyton Manning that year? And can Von Miller really carry this defense if the Broncos want to make the playoffs? Number 3, with the quarterback struggles, you've got Jerry Jeudy, former first-round pick, Cortland Sutton, a Pro Bowler wide receiver. Can these two come together, be two reliable targets for the Denver QB, whether it's Locke or Bridgewater, throughout the year? And if they have a good defense and you have these two weapons at wide receiver and the offensive line continues to do what it did last year, you got a chance. So Jeudy and Sutton, to me, are the keys if this offense wants to do anything this season. Let's move on to the NBA. So that was the AFC West. Next week, we will have the AFC South starting on Monday. So let's start with the NBA. We got news before the draft. Draft is tomorrow. So we will have reactions after the draft, by the way, tomorrow night. Probably posted Friday morning. Let's move on. So All-Star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, next All-Star to be on the trading market. The Thunder wanted to land Cade Cunningham at 1. Detroit declined that offer. Now they're going for number 4. Does that mean they want to go for Jalen Suggs? Toronto and Oklahoma City are talking. The These are two of the best GMs in Presti and Ujiri, by the way. But my reaction to this, if you like Suggs better than SGA, and if you think he fits better, if so, then make the move. But I don't see any value. You have an established all-star right now in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'd build around him. You also got Kemba Walker. So you got a decent backcourt coming in. So I would build around SGA unless you think Jalen Suggs is that good or Cade Cunningham is that good and they make the deal. And I'm not even sure those two are. They'll be very good players, we think, but we don't know. We know Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a all-star NBA player. Most likely to get traded right now, Ben Simmons. A lot of interest is peaking. Raptors seem to be interested. We got the Cavs interested, Pacers, Timberwolves, and possibly the Trailblazers. I think these small markets see an opportunity to get a star that is unhappy and that big market teams will not go after. I think it's a very good opportunity. Let's say you're Minnesota. You can pair Ben Simmons, kind of develop him with Karl Anthony Towns. Maybe that works. We don't know. If you're the Cavs, you can build your franchise around with shooters and Ben Simmons. You got Kevin Love, he can shoot. So there's a lot of interesting things. If you're the Pacers, you haven't gotten that star yet, but you have Brogdon, you have LeVert, you got shooters. It makes a lot of sense. So let's see what happens. I expect him to be traded before the preseason starts, and that's what everyone's thinking. But I like this. If you're a small market team with no direction right now, like the Cleveland Cavaliers, or lacking a star like the Indiana Pacers, why not take the chance and go after Ben Simmons? Pelicans, they made that deal to go get Jonas Valanciunas. We're learning why now. They're trying to go get Kyle Lowry. So David Griffin is saying, okay, we got Zion and Ingram. Let's go get that third guy and Kyle Lowry, and maybe we win. I don't like the move. I don't think you pay a 35-year-old 4 years or whatever you're going to do and offer him a huge extension or a huge contract if you don't know that Zion and Ingram are the guys, because I don't think they're compatible right now. Can they play together? We haven't seen it. They have too much defensive liability. Yes, Larry helps that, but he's 35 years old. Zion will not reach his peak for another 4 years. So you're signing a guy to where Zion's still developing. Brandon Ingram thinks he's the best player on the team, and we don't know what Kyle Lowry is in 2 years. We just don't. And I feel like if you're New Orleans, you want to figure out, okay, before signing any free agent, let's figure out, are Zion and Ingram, can they work together? If they can't, then you got to move Brandon Ingram. You got to move him right now. Go get a guard, maybe. Go get a second star that is compatible with Zion. Go get some shooters. So we thought last year the Pelicans were going for it. They got Bledsoe. They got Adams. They had this whole team. Didn't work out. And they didn't even make the playoffs. And they had Zion and Ingram. Those are apparently 2 stars. So if they can't work out, signing Kyle Lowry does you no good. It just puts you in a deeper hole. That is it for the NBA news, and that is it for the Daily One Reaction here on July 28th.